Riddles Wrapped in Mystery, Philosophical Paradoxes. Hello, thinkers and explorers of the universe. Welcome back to Philosophy Examined, the digital home for curious minds. Today, we're delving deep into the enthralling world of famous philosophical paradoxes, not just for their theoretical fascination, but for their relevance to our lives today. I know one thing, Socrates famously said, that I know nothing. It's a crucial insight from one of the founders of Western philosophy. You should question everything you think you know. This mindset is particularly fitting as we embark on our journey through paradoxes, puzzles that challenge our assumptions about the world. If Socrates knows nothing, then he can't know that he knows nothing, because that itself would be something he knows. But if he knows that he knows nothing, then his claim of knowing nothing is untrue, because there's at least one thing he does know, that he knows nothing. This creates a loop that makes the statement paradoxical. However, it's worth mentioning that the Socratic paradox is also seen as a profound philosophical statement rather than a simple paradox. By declaring that he knows nothing, Socrates emphasizes the importance of recognizing our own ignorance. It's a call to pursue knowledge and wisdom, to question what we think we know, and to engage in lifelong learning, because only by acknowledging our ignorance can we open our minds to learning more. This humility and awareness of one's ignorance is at the core of Socratic wisdom. Zeno of Elea was a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher, born around 490 BC. He is best known for his paradoxes, which challenged the common-sense understanding of concepts such as time, space, and motion. Here are three of his most famous paradoxes. The Dichotomy Paradox. This paradox is also known as the racecourse paradox. Imagine that you wish to walk to the end of a path. According to Zeno's paradox, before you can get there, you must get halfway there. Before you can get halfway there, you must get a quarter of the way there. Before traveling a quarter, you must travel 1/8, before an 1/8, 1/16, and so forth. The result is an infinite series of tasks to be accomplished, seemingly making it impossible to reach the end. The absurdity lies in the fact that we know from experience that we can walk to the end of a path, so the reasoning must be flawed, but it's difficult to identify exactly where the flaw lies. This paradox challenges our understanding of infinity and of how we segment space and time. Achilles and the tortoise. In this paradox, the hero Achilles races a tortoise, giving the tortoise a head start. Zeno argues that Achilles will never pass the tortoise. As Achilles reaches the point where the tortoise started, the tortoise will have moved a bit further. When Achilles reaches this new point, the tortoise will have moved even further, and so on, ad infinitum. It suggests that the swift Achilles can never overtake the slow-moving tortoise, which contradicts our everyday experience of motion and relative speed. The arrow paradox. This paradox addresses the concept of motion, more specifically the motion of an arrow in flight. Zeno argues that at any given instant in time, the arrow is not moving. At each moment, the arrow occupies a space equivalent to itself, i.e., it isn't moving within that space. Because time is composed entirely of such moments, the arrow is therefore at rest at every moment of its flight, and thus, it doesn't move at all. This contradicts the obvious observation that arrows do indeed fly from bow to target. The paradox challenges our understanding of motion and time, suggesting that motion may be just an illusion. While these paradoxes may seem purely theoretical, they have had substantial impact on philosophy and science. They challenged Greek philosophers and mathematicians to refine their definitions of infinity and continuity. Today, these paradoxes continue to stimulate thought in fields such as mathematics, calculus, in particular, and physics, especially in the realm of quantum mechanics and the theory of relativity. Next, let's turn to a paradox from popular culture, the Catch-22, from Joseph Heller's satirical World War II novel. It presents an absurd, no-win situation, showcasing the frustrating and contradictory nature of bureaucracy and authority, particularly within the military context of World War II. The novel centers on a bombardier named Yossarian who desperately wants to maintain his sanity and return home from the war. The catch, coined as Catch-22, is introduced as a military regulation that makes it impossible for soldiers to escape dangerous situations. According to this regulation, a pilot fearing for his life is rational and therefore sane, while a pilot who willingly flies into dangerous combat is considered insane. Pilots deemed insane can be sent home. However, as soon as a pilot requests to be sent home, thus demonstrating concern for their personal safety, they are considered sane and must continue to fly missions. This creates an impossible, self-referential paradox. To be considered insane and thus excused from combat, a pilot must desire to continue flying dangerous missions. However, this very desire is evidence of their sanity, thereby forcing them to continue flying missions. So, the only way to be excused from duty due to insanity is by not wanting to be excused from duty, which proves one's sanity. In essence, a pilot trying to preserve his life by escaping duty cannot do so because his desire to live confirms his sanity. Throughout the novel, Yossarian encounters other examples of this paradoxical reasoning, illustrating the convoluted and often nonsensical bureaucracy within the military and, by extension, in larger societal systems. The Catch-22 has since entered common language, describing any situation where an individual cannot escape because of contradictory rules or limitations. This paradox serves as a potent critique of systems that trap individuals in illogical, frustrating circumstances, a struggle that continues to resonate in many aspects of modern society, whether in dealing with governmental bureaucracy, institutional policies, or corporate rules. Moving on, we come to the fascinating paradox known as the birthday paradox. It is an example of how our intuitive understanding of probability can often be wrong. When asked, most people would assume that you'd need a large number of people in a room for there to be a 50% chance of 2 people sharing a birthday. However, you need only 23 people for a better than even chance, and with 70 people in the room, the probability shoots up to over 99.9%. Why does this seem counterintuitive? The reason lies in how we perceive the problem. Our instincts focus on the probability of someone else in the room sharing our birthday, which is indeed quite low. But the birthday paradox isn't about someone else sharing your birthday. It's about any 2 people in the room sharing a birthday. With each new person added to the room, the number of pairs increases exponentially, not linearly, which significantly boosts the chances of a match. Moreover, because there are 365 possible birthdays, it feels like we should need a number close to 365 to have a good chance of a match. However, this would only be true if we were looking for a specific date match, such as January 1st. But the birthday paradox involves a match of any date, which significantly changes the odds. This paradox underscores the counterintuitive nature of probability and the importance of a proper understanding of statistics and numerical literacy, particularly in our current age where data-driven decision-making is prevalent. From social science research to public health decisions, and from technology algorithms to economic predictions, data and probability are crucial. The birthday paradox serves as a reminder to question our initial assumptions and intuition, and to seek accurate statistical understanding. The paradoxes of time travel have always stirred imaginations. In this one, often referred to as a bootstrap paradox or a causal loop, a physicist receives the blueprint for a time machine from his future self. He then uses this blueprint to build the time machine, and eventually travels back in time to give his younger self the blueprint, thus repeating the cycle. Here's where the paradox lies. Where did the blueprint originally come from? It seems to exist without a point of origin or creation, essentially bootstrapping itself into existence. This thought experiment challenges our understanding of causality, the relationship between cause and effect. In our everyday understanding, a cause precedes its effect. The physicist must first invent the time machine, cause, before he can travel back in time, effect. But in the Bootstrap Paradox, this relationship is not linear. The cause and effect seem to exist simultaneously, each one enabling the other in a continuous loop. The Bootstrap Paradox brings up profound questions about technological progress. If a piece of technology, like the time machine, can exist without being invented, what does that mean for our concept of progress? If knowledge and information can be acquired without the process of discovery, does the concept of innovation still hold? Finally, let's look at the Fermi Paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi. It revolves around the contradiction between the high probability estimates for the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations and the lack of evidence for, or human contact with, such civilizations. According to the Drake equation, a probabilistic argument used to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy, there should be a significant number of civilizations out there. Our galaxy alone contains hundreds of billions of stars, many of which are similar to our Sun. Many of these stars are likely to have planets, some of which may even be similar to Earth. Given that life on Earth appeared relatively quickly after the planet formed, it seems reasonable to assume that life might also develop on other Earth-like planets. However, despite these seemingly favorable odds and our active attempts to contact such civilizations through projects like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, we have yet to find evidence of extraterrestrial life, let alone intelligent life. This contradiction between the high probability of alien life and our lack of contact with such life forms is the crux of the Fermi Paradox. There are many proposed solutions to the Fermi Paradox. Some suggest that intelligent life is extremely rare or short-lived. Others propose that advanced civilizations are avoiding contact with us, or that we are simply not listening properly. Another darker proposition is the Great Filter hypothesis, suggesting that at some point from pre-life to a Type 3 civilization, a civilization that can harness the energy of an entire galaxy, there's a wall that all, or nearly all, attempts at life hit. We could be rare in having passed that wall, or doomed in being yet to hit it. The Fermi Paradox pushes us to question our place in the cosmos. It opens a humbling perspective on our existence, highlighting the vastness of the universe and the mysteries it holds. Despite our technological progress, there are still so many aspects of the universe that are beyond our current understanding, reminding us of the continued importance of space exploration and scientific discovery in our pursuit of understanding the cosmos. One might argue that the apparent rarity or uniqueness of intelligent life on Earth, as suggested by the Fermi Paradox, indicates a divine hand at work. The idea here is that if intelligent life is extremely rare or unique, it may suggest that it was intentionally designed or created, rather than arising by chance. It might be used to supplement the argument from fine-tuning, which posits that the universe's physical constants are so precisely tuned to allow for the existence of life that it implies intentional design. If advanced civilizations are indeed rare or non-existent, as the Fermi Paradox might suggest, it could be argued that the precise conditions required for intelligent life are so specific that they must have been designed that way. Another potential argument could be that if we are indeed alone in the universe, or one of very few civilizations, then humanity might have a special purpose or role in the cosmos, possibly one ordained by a higher power. That said, these arguments are speculative and not based on empirical evidence, and as such they wouldn't be considered proofs of the existence of God in a scientific or philosophical sense. Furthermore, they are not without counter-arguments. For instance, the apparent rarity of intelligent life could be due to scientific factors we don't yet fully understand, rather than divine intervention. As with many such topics, Personal beliefs and interpretations play a significant role in how one interprets the implications of the Fermi Paradox. In conclusion, the beauty of these philosophical paradoxes lies not in the confounding questions they pose, but in the deeper understanding we gain when we grapple with them. As we question our understanding of the universe and our place within it, we take a page from Socrates' book, acknowledging that there's so much we don't know. Paradoxes serve as potent reminders that wisdom begins with wonder. Join us next time as we continue to explore the intricacies of philosophy here on Philosophy Examined. Until then, keep questioning, stay curious and, as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already.